Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is where I now invite Mr. Sylvester Olatunji to come and give us the paper presentation on fine-grained integration on national database as an access control strategy. Can we put our hands together for Mr. Sylvester?
Thank you very much, sir. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me stand on a system protocol. My name is Olatunji Sylvester. Today, I'll be presenting to you integrations of fine-grained integrations on national database. We have been listening to a lot of special topics since yesterday, and they have done a wonderful, justification. But, out of those topics, I've never heard about the data, the database, and so on and the like. So that is why today we'll be looking at fine-grained integrations on national database. So this is just simple me. My name is Olatunji Sylvester. I'm a cybersecurity expert, and I'm a trainer, and also I'm a researcher. So presently I'm working on particular projects, which is development of cybercrime monitoring and control system using game theoretical approach. Because many of us, we don't know, this game we are playing, the Ludo, the table tennis, the football, we can also use it to model cybercrime, and just for us to be able to protect it in our society. So that is what presently what I'm working on. So overview, so fine-grained access control system. Basically, government organizations, they have been collecting several data from several sources, from several organizations, from every part of the world, every part of the nation. And many organizations, from large internet company to government agency, are interested in storing this particular data, in accessing this particular data, and also in generating it so that at least they be able to make a productivity in them. So also, academic and industrial research have invested a lot of energy more effectively carry out database storage, generation, and processing of such information. But today, we have different organizations with different database, with different access controls, and so on and so forth. Why do we have all this in Nigeria? For example, we have INEC. INEC have his own database. Immigration have his own database. Road safety, prison, NIMS, aviation, different companies, and so on the like. So why do we have this? Why don't we have a single national database that every individual, every organization can just port in, at least mine from that organization, and they will be able to make a good living and good productivity in it. So, yes, what is national database? I'll start from data. Data is is a raw material that people gather and for you to be able to get information. And this has always been a major tool for any development, maybe in an organization, maybe in a country, so that at least they'll be able to make a better decision in that. And also, why is this data? Where is it safe? It's been safe in what we call database, for us to have a centralized one, and that is what we're able to define it like that. So, Oyenira was able to define what national database is all about, and here we should define it. He said, however, national database is on what aggregations of statistics of human beings in a country or a community who have a common language, we have a common, we also have a culture, we have race, we have ancestry, and we have history. For example, Nigeria, we are different people from different languages, from different culture, we have different culture. So that is what he was able to define as as national database. But in view of this, how could we generally look at it? We look at national database as a centralized one, which is we call it powerhouse. So national database can be fast, of population, the identity, protection, voters, and so on and so forth. So why this national database is very, very important to us? One, it is very important because it helps to make decisions about the country. When you have a country that doesn't have a database, you should know that that's not a country, because for them to be able to make a decision, it will be very hard. So one, it's helping what? Decision making. It reduces corruptions and sanity in government. It's also safety supervision. It can easily be what? Be supervised based on the fact that, it is being centralized and it is being hosted in a particular place. It's also help information promote society. It also promotes our society. And also, it increases social security and welfare of its people, of its indigent, of its what? Of a country fairmen. Immigration manipulation we also reduce when we have this, because now, you look at it now, immigration issues of passport and the rest, people you will use different ages, and you will use different ages in passport and use different ages in name, so at least you'll be able to reduce it. And also, it will improve our election value. So, why, what is our scope? Our scope of this is one, is to implement a safety coverage known as fine-grained access control system. What do I mean by fine access control system? It's just like you are getting the right entry with the right access privilege to Nigerian database, to safety challenges within the country. Having the right access control, that is just the major issues we tag as what? Fine-grained access control. When you have the resources and you don't have the right access control, you don't have it's not available for you at the right time. So it means that you are not in the right direction. So, and through that, we're able to use what we call attribute encryption to make as an implementation. That's what we use as a methodology. So, in view of it provides a mechanism that ensures that if storage finds the middle ground, the loss will be minimal. The main goals of this is just to use attribute-based encryption in order to offer security and access control, provide flexibility, scalability, and fine-grained access control. So what is the functions of fine-grained access control? One, we look at it, it creates a safety coverage capability that are connected to the community or device, primarily based on totalities of the applications you build. And also, safety measure, it also it also increase the safety measure. Such may be community safety coverage, which determine how regulations are being enforced on that particular data. So, implementation. So, and this is what we're able to, during this, I think I did it during my master degree, which is for my master degree, and presently we are still working at least just to, this is what we're able to develop. We developed this for Nigerian Army. And why do we have to do that? We have to use Nigerian Army as basically based on the fact that, they have levels of assets in their database. There are some in which there are some aspects in which they don't want the major to see. The rank, we just rank them based on their rank in their ministry. So you can see now this is home, this is upload files, this is create, this is my document, my informations, and so on and so forth. So, but before we do this, firstly, you have to create an account. An account will indicate this. So these are various things that we see from the account. So you can see from this now, which is rank. Under the rank, you have to select what is your rank? So do you expect to have access to this particular data? So this is registration page. And also, and this is a file, when you want to upload a file. For example, maybe there is a war in a particular country, and they want to make sure that they send it to the national, which they'll be able to view what is going on. So this is where they will have to upload it, put the pictures there. The access level, they will be able to indicate who will be able to have access to this particular file. So that is how we were able to create it to that level. So, and this is what we see secret key there. That secret key, it automatically generates the secret key for every individual that upload it, or that somebody who want to download it. So as you can see, we can say this one, that this is uploaded file. From there, by the time it gets to the national, they'll be able to download what is there, and with the right person, privilege, you'll be able to download it. So, conclusion, because this is just an academic, because I was not really prepared. I don't know that I'll be presenting today, but upon that, we were able to bring out something. out of nothing. So, what is the essence? Why do we have to bring this up? Is basically, one, to develop a speed, protection, and scalability and ease of control of national database are some of the important wishes of public and private organizations, so that at least they'll have right access to the right data. Today we have also simplified the new agenda, new gadgets, full short fine-grained access control system, and this is we helped organizations, individual, corporate organization to be able to have the right people to the right resources, so that at least they'll be able to make use of it for their own provision. So the use of access control to manage sensitive information include verify individual and obtain credential settings. So this is what, and lastly, after this step, all individual organizations, the application can also immediately perform approve operations. So the moment they are able to upload it, they will be able to generate what is necessary and how it is being controlled. So that is why we're able to use what we call fine-grained access control to monitor the organization. So thank you very much.